Hey everybody, an auto edition of Craft Brewed Sports starting up in just a minute here. This week, big news happening today. The Big Ten announcing that they will be playing football this season starting October 24th. So this week, we are rating our beers on the Power 5 scale from the Pac-12 to the SEC. Scott, what's in your mug tonight?
Well, being the dad that I am these days, I have DDH dad jokes. Ditka from BlackStack Brewing out of Minnesota, 8.6%. And I'm going to go on ahead and give this, in honor of it coming back, a Big Ten. It's coming out strong, but it starts off strong, and we'll have to see if it chokes at the finish line.
Well played. Drew, what do you got in your mug tonight?
I am rocking a little bit of it's House Martell. Yeah, Martell, not Martell. Whatever. Reading's hard, man. House Martell, a New England style IPA from StormBreaker Brewing out in Portland, Oregon. And I gotta be honest, I've cheated and I've had this one already, but it's been a couple months and it is absolutely delicious because I just now remember talking shit to my cousin about it who lives out in Portland. So shout out Vince. Hope y'all doing well out there, staying safe with the air quality and whatnots. But worst case scenario, drink some of this IPA and just ride it out, brothers.
On the Power 5 scale, where's that one falling for you?
I'm assuming Mike is still talking because he cut out there for a minute asking me the Power 5 scale. I'm going to go ahead and go with the AAC, but the 2020 version because I ain't picking a weak-ass AAC without Notre Dame in it. Let's just say that.
Okay, very confused because you said AAC instead of ACC, but I think we get.
Right,
I think we got you. Yeah, I think we got it. Okay, all right.
I
cool.
planned that way because that's how my brain works.
Cool. This week I am drinking Juicy Bits, which is a hazy IPA from Weldwerks Brewing in Greeley, Colorado. 6.7% ABV brew, 4.22 caps on Untapped. On the Power 5 scale, I would have to put this one at maybe Big 12. Like it's coming in hot, but most likely nothing's going to happen here. We'll see if it gets any better, but just underwhelming. There's like one good note in this beer to start with. All new edition of Craft Brewed Sports starting up here in just a minute. Be sure to hit that share button and help us out. It is Wednesday night. That means it is time to crack a beer and join us here on Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight?
I got chicken in my teeth, but other than that, I'm feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Drew hanging out with us, as always. Drew, how you feeling?
I'm going to fuck this up tonight, but we're going to have a great time watching me do it. I can feel it already.
Drew just killing it out the gate. A lot of comments coming in already. Matt Barr joining us back from a 2-week hiatus. He's back. Joe Hall dropping a nice fuck Scott Kaiser. Joe, I'm glad to see you up and moving, heading home, buddy. Proud of you for getting better. Josh Powell saying Big Ten is back. Go Buckeyes. OH. And then they had to have somebody else finish the sentence for him. IO. Congratulations, Big Ten and Ohio State fans. And then Ed from Pardon the Punctuation chiming in on YouTube saying, screw the Big Ten. That is spoken like a true Cincinnati fan right there, everybody. This is Craft Brewed Sports. We got a ton of stuff to get to tonight. We are going to do that hockey as we are wont to do during the Stanley Cups playoffs. We are going to do a new segment tonight. We're gonna mash up people. This is a fun one. I'm really excited for this one. So we're gonna do mashup a little bit later on. I got a conspiracy theory we're gonna talk about, and of course we're gonna get our picks from last week and this week. Drew among the losers, Scott kissing his sister, and your boy on the winning side for once. So hit that share button, help us out. We are gonna get right into it because there's so much to get to.
Did you just say help us out?
How about it's marry my stepsister? Huh?
What?
I mean, if you're gonna make a joke, why not toss it back to a recent story? Marrying.
Good point. Good point. Well,
because we don't live that far south, Scott. Come on now, get it together.
It wasn't south; it was overseas.
It was.
That's what I mean. We don't live that far south. I can't even say the word fucking live. This is gonna be bad.
It's gonna be a shit show tonight, everybody. So tune in. You're gonna see my face get real red as I get mad at Drew. This is On Deck, brought to you by Beer Drop.
Time.
Do you want award-winning craft beers delivered straight to your door, starting at under $4 a serving? Our friends at Beer Drop can hook you up. Fill out your flavor profile, sign up for one of their monthly plans, and they will curate a box of fresh, award-winning craft beer that will be sent right to your door. You can swap out beers, add more, skip a month, and if you don't like commitment, you can still go on and order $5 flat rate shipping. Head on over to craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. Actually, I think it's just beer. craftbrewsports.com/beer. Anyways, just go find them on our page. It's fine. Beer Drop and $5 flat shipping. Scott,
Hey, Drew, how's that Michael Thomas pick working out for you from last week?
We'll be all right. It's a long season.
OH, huh? OH.
Yeah.
That's what you get for not picking Burrow. That's all I'm saying on that one.
Oh, yeah, because that shit worked out real well for him and his 113 yards passing.
Yeah, well, you'll be sorry. Scott, you're on deck. What do you got for us?
All right, this week we got a feel-good story, but I'm also going to mix in a little fun. My hometown is usually known for a bunch of garbage news and garbage people, myself included in that. But this story is actually pretty cool. So a guy by the name of Kevin Milan formed his own business. He had a marketing degree, and he decided he wanted to have a mobile brewery. So he bought a freaking fire truck, which he struggled to find at first, but then he magically found one, paid $5,000 for it, and had no idea how he was gonna fit it to be able to serve beer or do anything like that. But talked to the right people, got it done, and for about $15,000, set himself up a mobile brewery called Tap 419 representing. Because it started before the pandemic, he was able to work with local breweries and get some smaller breweries that wanted to get their name out there and get their beer, supplied all the time, because they don't have any kegs. So they work totally on the supplies that they get from any of the local breweries. And things were going pretty good. Obviously, the pandemic has kind of changed things up, but he's been able to use it to provide root beer floats to first responders and people who have been working their asses off through the pandemic. They even used it as a lemonade stand and raised money for charity. And it's not just for beer, because actually nowhere on the fire truck does it say beer. He wanted kids to be able to enjoy being able to go up to the fire truck and get themselves a drink too. So they do provide root beer even on the occasions when they're not giving it away to the first responders. So just a real good feel-good story out of Toledo, which doesn't ever happen because usually it's just shootings and people going through McDonald's drive-throughs and assaulting the workers there. So
Jesus,
hats
man.
off to Kevin for doing something really cool and living out his dream, and also, like I said, using it to provide for charity and things like that. So if you happen to be in the 419 area and see a fire truck rolling around, it might not necessarily be about to put out a fire. It might be about to serve some brews.
I love the idea of like a lady waving her arms as he drives down the street. She's like, "Oh my God, help me!" And he's like, "I got an IPA. What you need? I got a stout. You want a stout?" Like that's all I can do. You might. I feel like jokes, I feel like there's some things that they didn't necessarily think through on this business venture.
Well, he even admitted he didn't even think through like how the whole thing was going to work as far as like selling beer and having a liquor license. He just wanted to do it.
See, that's the best way to do it, though, is that if you're mobile, they can't catch you. You know what I mean? You pop in, you pour out a keg or two, and then you move on to the next spot. Like, you solid.
Well, and this is straight out of the better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission files, because, you just start doing it and make a name for yourself, and then the cops show up.
I'm sorry, what's that?
We're providing beer to first responders. You're going to arrest me? And they're like, man, he's got a point.
And then you just go to the next jurisdiction, next town over. Like, worst case scenario, you just keep popping through the districts. The thing that cracks me up about this article, though, is homeboy bought all the crap he needed for $350.
That's
like, he
crazy.
bought the truck for $5,000 and then bought all the taps and the lines and stuff for $350. and then sold some of it back because he had extra parts for $250.
Can we stop for a second and realize a dude bought a fire truck for $5,000? Like,
he got it off
That's
Facebook
insane.
Marketplace
Yeah.
too. He saw it on Wednesday, and by Saturday had it, and he was able to negotiate with the dude because the dude just wanted to get it off his hands. He got it for $5,000, and it only had 22,000 miles on it. Like, what the hell is that?
Only 22,000.
Yes,
Scott, you can't be burying the lead like that. That's the
it
most
is
important
a
point.
1987 fire truck that only had 22,000 miles on it. Like,
you
that
think-
is one of the best deals you will ever find when you're talking about buying a vehicle of any type.
Do you think
That's
dude even
amazing.
bothered to buy insurance for this thing, or just said, "Fuck
No.
it, it's never going to work out anyways"? We'll just
He
deal
didn't
with
think
it.
that. He didn't think that far. There's no way.
He tried to punch it on Geico's app and got denied because he was like, "Well, I don't really know what to put in for make or models, so punt other."
And I said I was going to add a little fun to this. We got an update of sorts. Lou Williams and the Clippers, they are going to enjoy their off season early, which is unfortunate because I was hoping that they would be able to take down the other stupid team from LA, but instead they blew a 3-1 lead, which seems to be a common thing in the NBA the last couple of years. Oh, just ugly. But anyway, after Lou Williams had left the bubble about a month ago, and we talked about how he went to Magic City for those sweet lemon pepper wings that he picked up, this dude filed for a trademark today on Lemon Pepper Lou so that this man could sell merchandise with the name Lemon Pepper Lou. So be on the lookout and make sure you're not trying to put that name out there on any t-shirts or anything. I'm glad that we went with the Nuggets Please instead of anything Magic City and Lemon Pepper Lou, because we could be facing lawsuit here soon. But Lemon Pepper Lou is out there and he's trying to get that stuff. I guess he's got to make extra cash because, the Clippers ain't going to be playing no time soon.
I feel like Lemon Pepper Lou was one that like you could do lemon pepper, or you could do like something about lemon pepper wings, but to be bold enough to just say Lemon Pepper Lou, that's a gutsy call for a shirt that you're trying to sell that you don't have the rights to. That's a ballsy move. So good for him for trademarking it, I guess. Okay.
I just think it's funny that you would go out there and trademark something like that a month after it happened.
Well, he had to wait till
that anybody's going to try to capitalize.
He had to wait till he was out of the bubble first, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes it takes time to process paperwork and whatnot. But I would welcome that lawsuit. Can you imagine the fallout we get for that? The exposure on all our hot takes.
That's true.
That's the exposure we're looking for, man.
That's exactly it. We should just start.
I hope that he's like makes a T-shirt though that says Lemon Pepper Lou, trademarks over titties.
Okay.
Oh, well done, Scott. Good work this week. Drew, you're on deck, buddy.
Oh man, OWG is just OWGing again. I mean, there's a part of me that doesn't even want to say anything other than the article's title that we're lifting this story from. But today, I believe, right? Yeah, today's the 16th. Trevor Bauer tweeted 19 hours ago, so maybe a little late in the night, but whatever. He tweeted at MLB and at the Reds that apparently now it is against MLB's new social media policy to take a picture and post it on your social media or any networks of anyone associated with Major League Baseball wearing logos, colors, trademark stuff. So Trevor, he tweeted a picture himself. He goes, "Hey, at MLB, since I guess it's a violation of your new social media policy to post this picture, tag at Reds and link people to MLB.com. What is the fine and who should I make it out to? Or is this policy going to be selectively enforced like your other ones?" Wow. This is the
I love Trevor
I am
Bauer.
here for. And you know what makes it even better? He then retweets or quote tweets or whatever the hell the kids call it these days. He retweets saying, "If you want to read the policy to which I'm referring, it can be found here." Parentheses, I had to put a space in it, so it's not technically a link to their policy, so I get fined for linking the policy by which I would be fined. I added a couple words there, but you see where I'm going with this. And so dude actually linked the PDF that the players were sent, so anyone that wants to see it can pull it up on his Twitter feed, download it, post it in their background, do whatever the hell they want to it. But man, it's insane. Definitions, covered individuals, all players who are represented by the Major League Baseball Players Association.
Unreal, man.
I mean, what more do you need to say? Like,
Unreal.
that's basically it. Like,
No, you know what? I think Big Merg has the perfect response when it comes to the MLB and this policy in general. He just said twats, and that is exactly what they are. What a bunch of twats for this. Like, the fact, and John chiming in saying Bauer's the man.
Let the kids play, baby.
Like, it's 100% true. Like, how ridiculous do you have to be that you're going to tell players they're not allowed to post a tweet with their own picture? It's him. It's Bauer. Like, that's
You don't
unreal,
own your
man.
likeness. We do.
Yeah, what is this, the NCAA?
I would
No
love to
kidding.
see. That's what I was going to say. Again, always ruining my stuff, but it's okay. Whatever. What I was going to say is that, like, I would love to see Trevor Bauer continue to do Trevor Bauer things and, like, tweet a reveal of himself and see what specific piece of it gets him fined.
Oh, like where
if he tweets and he covers up the hat and the jersey, but you can see the red mitt, does he get fined?
that's a good.
If he just has the hat with the red C but not anything else on it, does he get fined? Like, I want to see him step into this and just really find exactly where it is that line is. And God, yeah, like some idiot already said, honestly, what we're waiting for is Major League Baseball to become the next NCAA. They're going to merge. They're going to end up kind of becoming the exact same thing. And before you know it, they'll both be extinct and the world will be a better place.
OWG's doing OWG things. Also, Biscuit
OWG
chiming in, lemon pepper seasoning that's made from edible glitter lemon pepper loot. That sounds disturbing.
Could you imagine that motorboat?
You go in for some titties, and they're like, "Is that lemon pepper?
Is that lemon pepper? Interesting.
Girl. But see, then it also gives you an out too. When you come home and she's like, "Is that glitter on your face?" Like, no,
Nope.
man, I just crushing some rain.
Just some lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
All right, I'll finish up on deck here. So Michael O'Keefe. You guys know Michael O'Keefe? You guys recognize that name? Michael O'Keefe was
that guy.
He was the guy who played Noonan in Caddyshack, the main character of the movie. He got to caddy for golfer Danny Ballin this week during Ballin's practice rounds for the U.S. Open. So the U.S. Open is being played at Winged Foot Country Club. O'Keefe grew up just near the course. He actually caddied at the course when he was younger, and he wrote an open letter to Golf Magazine and was like, I want to caddy at Winged Foot again for the U.S. Open. So he put it out there and hoped that somebody would let him do it. And sure enough, Ballin comes in and says, yeah, come on for the practice rounds, because who cares? It's practice rounds. Nobody really cares. But O'Keefe was like, I am happy to give solicited and unsolicited advice. I will do what I can. And he wore a Bushwood Country Club hat during his caddying. So, like, he really leaned into the whole Caddyshack thing. I just want to know how many Caddyshack references he was throwing out during those practice rounds, because I feel like that's one of those things that, like, the first couple holes, it's like, that's really funny, man. You're Noonan and you're doing the Caddyshack. Okay, cool. But then by like the fourth or fifth hole, you're like, dude, shut the hell up. Oh my God, I cannot stand this. And then finally you're just like, can I get a new caddy over here? Like, this is unbelievable. Matt Barr coming in with the and I know that happened on one of the putting greens there. But yeah, there you go. Michael O'Keefe caddying for the U.S. Open in an homage to Caddyshack. Have you guys, Scott, let's ask you, because I feel like Drew has seen it.
Wow. This thing's racist, but go ahead.
I was going to say, like, don't even throw any code on top of that one.
He's like, you're black. Have you seen Caddyshack?
It wasn't. It's because you just
black.
sat
Do you
there.
know what golf is?
I'm looking at you in the Zoom right now, and your face was just blank through the whole story. Like, no reaction, nothing. Like, you were just like,
Well,
I don't know
was actually
any of this.
replying to JB because he made the comment about talking about golf, and then bam, you went right into it.
Yeah.
So
And
it
we're back
was
up
like,
to 16 fans, though. We dropped for a minute there, but
it was
it's working.
hilariously timed.
Well, is that really golf? That's golf, kind of. That's not
It's
really
golf
golf.
adjacent, but
Yeah.
of course I've seen Caddyshack multiple times.
How many
Got
times?
my man BFM, baby. How many times? I've probably seen Caddyshack 4 times.
4 times. You've watched it 4 total times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm very justified in going to you with that question. Drew, how many times have you seen Caddyshack?
Let me just put it this way. The first time I saw titties on screen, it was Caddyshack.
Nice. Yes, good call. I've seen Caddyshack at least 8,036 times. At least. The fact that you've only seen it 4 times is the most disappointing thing you've ever said on this show, Scott?
Wait. Let's give him a shot to redeem himself. How many times have you seen Caddyshack 2?
0.
Good call.
Correct
Good call.
answer.
Yes, that's
Correct.
that's the right answer. Okay.
I heard it was garbage enough.
This is On Deck, brought to you by Beer Drop. Again, head on over to craftbrewsports.com/beer, not Beer Drop, beer, for $5 flat shipping. Sign up for Beer Drop today. All right, boys, let's do what everybody loves at this point in the show. People tune in early just because they want to see it, and I'll vamp just another second because I still don't know where any of the sound cues are in here. Where the hell is Joe?
Let's do that hockey.
Scott, let's do that hockey. Why don't you give us your update from the bubble as we wind down the Stanley Cup playoffs here?
Holy shit! 18
I'm going to
viewers.
update you with this. It's real simple. Fuck the Dallas Stars. I am joining the fans of the Buffalo Sabres and saying, fuck Dallas, baby. Like, I am very disappointed that Dallas has just ruined this whole experience, this NHL playoff season for me. Every time I turn around, they're beating the team that I would rather have win. So fuck the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, you're. I figured you were going to be very salty about Dallas knocking out your boys.
Extra. Where's Brett Hull so I can punch him in the face?
I've got quite a few Dallas questions
Interesting.
for you lined up.
I don't
want to
punch Mike Modano. He was always too pretty.
Before we go
Wow.
to the Tampa Bay series, can I ask you some questions about Dallas in particular? I know it's a sore subject right now, but I think it's pertinent since they are.
You shoot and I'll shut them down, baby. I'm here to stand on my head.
All right, fair enough. So is Joe Pavelski this year's old guy who hasn't won a cup that everyone's rooting for, besides you, apparently?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm never that guy. I was always anti Ray Bork as well. I always think it's funny when there's a guy that just can't get over the hump and can't get that title. It doesn't matter the sport, but yeah, there was a similar situation with Ray Bork, and I got rooted against him because I'm just like, when you spend an entire career with a team and then, just try to latch on at the end, it's like, does it really count? So no, fuck that guy.
Harsh.
Very harsh. Is Tyler Seguin finally going to find his game?
I mean, eventually you always got to find your game, right? You wake up every morning, you're a professional hockey player. There's one thing you got to do. It's find your game if you plan on staying in it. So I have belief in Tyler.
You think he's going to find? All right, fair enough. And did the emergence of Joel Kivaranta and Dennis Guranov as secondary scoring threats play the biggest part in Dallas advancing? Drew's
In general, those sons of bitches found a way to get past two teams that they shouldn't have in the Avalanche and the Golden Knights. So you can chalk it up to whatever you want. All I know is that here we are with them in the finals. And I will be rooting for whoever comes out of the East to knock them out.
JB wants to know, how'd you feel about Kivaranta's hat trick?
Well, he said a get trick. So
Yeah, I was going to give him,
I
I was going to help the man out.
No, I'm pretty sure you do. That's that lemon pepper Lou Williams move. Get trick.
Loudbeard popping in the stream for the first time in a while. Nailed those names. Thank you, Loudbeard. We do that hockey on this show. That's what we do. Drew, you got any questions for Scott about the Dallas series?
I do actually. So, what was your reaction to the post game ceremonies there with Dallas?
Yeah, good question.
I turned it off because I didn't want to see them celebrate. So I didn't get to see what exactly happened.
Oh, you're asking me? I mean, I'm not really a hockey fan, so I'm not sure I could.
I mean, that's fair,
I'll
but
give it a
I
shot.
had tuned out by then.
Yeah. So the Dallas Stars captain Jimmy Benn did not touch the trophy awarded to the Western Conference champions, and I'm sure you understand why, because it's a piece of hockey lore that
right. You don't want to touch the trophy before the cup. Sure, you jinx yourself.
Yeah. I mean, do you know the last time someone touched a trophy before the cup?
I don't have it committed to memory.
You probably should, because it was your own Golden Knights, my friend, in 2017, 2018. They're the only team to do it since 06, and I think we all know what happened with them.
Lil John's upset. So am I.
What?
Let's switch gears and talk this Tampa Bay series, Scott. How you feeling about the Lightning and in this Islanders series?
Well, it's odd that Loudbeard are tuned in now because I know they're big fans of Tampa Bay down there, and I think this is finally the year they get it done. They're going to put it all together and not choke this one away. And I'm rooting for them to not choke it all away so that they can take out Dallas in the next round. So if they don't, I'm coming down there and I'm taking out all of Tampa Bay.
Drew?
Ooh, man.
Look, if you're going to stumble, then get out of here.
I mean,
Professionals only.
Did you just tip off a potential mass murder situation, Scott? I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't really think that's on brand for us.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever done that on this show.
No, this is
okay. That's true. Carpet bombing is completely different.
Drew, what Tampa Bay Islanders questions do you have for Scott?
I just frankly want to know if they're going to wrap this up in 6 or we're going to see a game 7 here.
Well, I'm hoping that they just go on ahead and finish it off. It would be better for my psyche, so I don't have to worry, because I think that the Lightning have the best opportunity to knock out the Stars.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, though, Scott. Is there an advantage to them wrapping it up early, or do you think even if they have to go to a game 7, they'll be able to handle Dallas?
I mean, I definitely think that they'll be able to handle them, but you don't want to have to play an extra game if you don't have to. So let's go on ahead and finish this up and just get to the cup.
Chris America and Loudbeard both chiming in as we talk about Tampa Bay with the Go Bolts and Chris America chiding you, Scott. Take that back.
Not the one who jinxes. That's Burlon.
That is me. That's my MO. Also, tell your dog that he can keep his hockey takes to himself.
Sassy, shut the hell up.
That's a terrible name for a dog.
I just live here.
That's true.
Scott,
it's just where you lay your head at night, right?
Bingo.
Scott, can Seaman Varlamov keep the Lightning offense at bay for 2 more games to win this series?
I missed everything after Seaman. What was that?
Can Seaman Varlamov keep the Lightning offense at bay for 2 more games to win the series? Is that even possible?
I mean, it's possible, but again, I'm hoping that it
not
doesn't
likely.
happen.
Yeah. Well, I know you're hoping. I'm asking for your objective analysis in this case.
Well, I mean, anything's possible, but I think again, the Lightning are on a mission. They have failed enough times getting before even getting to this point. So they're on a mission, and I think that this time they're going to just go on ahead and close things out in 6. So.
All right, so let's.
I think you're glossing over the fact here, though, boys, about just the power of semen. I mean, look at what you two created from semen. It's honestly shocking.
It's a good point. It's a very
probably the best thing to come from your wasteful, pathetic lives.
Jesus Christ, that one cut deep, bro. All
right, I got shit to show for mine, so feel good about yourselves. At least you got someone to bury you when you die. My dogs are gonna eat me, and then the cops are gonna find my bones.
Drew, wait, do we have to stop doing that hockey for a second and have a serious talk with Drew? Because I'm kind of worried about you, man. That was like a cry for help right there. Holy shit, bro. Yeah, that was a cry for help.
Get it out of my segment, man. We'll worry about you later. I'm trying to do that
weak ass shit out of here. Yeah.
Scott, the Islanders won last night. They staved off elimination for at least one more game. How much did Tampa Bay miss Braden Point?
I mean, anytime you're missing one of your better players, it's not a good thing, but it's fine. They'll be able to recoup and hopefully get this one in 6. I mean, they're the better team. They're the better team on paper coming in. They played better throughout. This is just a hiccup, so they'll be fine.
Does Braden Point remind you of like a young Martin St. Louis?
It's Martin St. Louis, you
noob.
Jesus Christ, man. What,
he clearly don't know how to do that hockey.
I got to get questions from people who know the game at least. Come on.
I was trying to decide if I just wanted to go like straight St. Louis or try to do like a weird, terrible French accent and be like, Mahin St. Louis. But I was like,
I actually like that you just went St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Because your average Joe Schmo would totally just be like, Martin St. Louis.
Or I also contemplated possibly going St. Lunatic style and saying St. Louis, but I backed up.
I would have appreciated that.
Scott, final thoughts as we close out Do That Hockey for the night.
Oh, I got.
Drew's got one. Okay, go for you.
Go ahead, give your final thoughts, Scott, because this is gonna be a great, roll into the plug.
I mean, final thoughts are the same as my first thoughts. Fuck the Stars. Let's go Lightning.
Well done. Way to keep it concise. The last question I have for you, Scott, in this Do That Hockey segment is, are you going to get the Do That Hockey hoodie as the traditional hoodie from our shop? Or are you going to go with the terry cloth one? Because I'll tell you, I got the terry cloth dinger slinger, and ooh, the thing is nice. But my wife, she did get the Do That Hockey in the traditional hoodie, and it's cozy and warm. So how are you going to do that hockey, Scott?
That's a rookie question. You do that hockey, you do it in every style: t-shirt, terry cloth, traditional. It doesn't matter. You do whatever you can do that hockey in. You do that hockey in it.
That is a pro right there.
Let's do that hockey.
Let's do that hockey. And yes, thank you, Drew. Go on and rep the show, everybody. Head on over to craftbrewsports.com/shop. We got our Do That Hockey shirt, Dinger Slinger shirt, Nuggets Please, our soccer shirt that lets you know that it is more entertaining than baseball. And, of course, the If You Ain't Cheating, You Ain't Trying golf shirt. Go ahead and hit us up, craftbrewsports.com/shop. Also, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Boss Man Brands. Look, everybody, whether you're rocking a playoff beard or a quarantine beard or that baby face, our friends at Boss Man Brand can help you out. From supplements to help your beard grow stronger and fuller to beard oils, pomades, and conditioners, Boss Man Brand's 4-step process will get your beard looking its absolute best. Even if you don't rock a beard, they've got razors and lotions to make sure your shave is buttery smooth. Head on over to craftbrewsports.com/beard and use the code SPORTS at checkout to get 15% off your entire order.
Sell out.
All right, fellas, it is time for a new segment. It's been a while since we've done a new segment on this show. We've had some things that we've brought in here and there, and we've done some repeats and stuff like that. But it is time to do some mashups, fellas. I'm looking forward to some mashups. By the way, Matt Barr saying he does that hockey in a baseball tee. Fantastic blend of styles right there, Matt Barr.
I mean, you talk about a mashup. Matt Barr's got it nailed.
Wait,
But that's what I'm saying. You can do that hockey no matter what you're wearing.
You absolutely
12
can.
months a year.
Hang on.
I'm gonna do that hockey in some Spanx.
Before we do that, man, we got kids' clothes up there too. Like you can get a onesie. You can do that hockey in a onesie.
Exactly.
Start them off on the right path.
Before we do these mashups, a couple things that I want to get to here in the comments. Chris America saying that he came in a little late. Did I already miss the breakdown of Captain America's flagpole? What the shit happened this week, Scott? Did you hear about that story?
What?
No, I missed that one.
Chris Evans tweeted something out, and as part of the video, he forgot to trim the end of the video, and it ended up showing a screenshot that had naked pictures of himself. I didn't click any links, but apparently the jokes were,
Hell,
hey,
you didn't.
I really didn't. I swear to God, I only saw the aftermath where he tweeted out afterwards, like, hey, I've been off social media for a few days. What'd I miss? Which I thought was pretty clever. Well, it was well played by Cap. But yeah, that's Chris Evans hanging dong.
I mean, it's
To
Captain
quote Creed
America.
Bratton.
Like he's defended our freedom. I think he's free to take whatever nude photos he wants, right?
Right. Do your thing, Cap. And then Scott.
As Matt Barr says, that's America's dick. You don't understand that reference yet, Burlon. You haven't reached that part in the MCU.
not there.
But when you do,
I
you'll
did.
know what he
I
means.
did see Civil War. That was pretty solid. That was actually very solid. I am
Civil
through.
War. So now you've seen Spidey.
Yes, I was
Tom
very
Holland.
excited. I thought I missed something. I the way it came in, I thought I had missed a Spider-Man movie before that, but I was pretty pumped to see Spidey come in. I also saw Doctor Strange. I watched that one last night. That movie tripped me out. That's a weird fucking movie, man.
Doctor Strange is a little bizarre. It's also bizarre that Rachel McAdams is in there kind of just out of nowhere.
Yeah, very briefly. Like, okay, and by the way, Rachel
with
McAdams,
it.
way above Kat Dennings, right? We can all agree on that one.
That's fair. I'm not going to
Yeah.
argue on that.
Okay,
on that
cool,
one.
cool.
You win this round.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's
Blind squirrel nut situation there.
For show.
Chris America, if you didn't see Captain's Avenger, you're not American. There you go. All right, let's get into this mashup. So here's what we're doing for this segment. We're gonna take some celebrities and mash them up to get some type of sports figure. So for example, if you take bearded John Krasinski, which by the way, super hard for me to think John Krasinski. I wanted to call him Jim. Every time I put something in the doc about him. But if you take bearded John Krasinski and you mash him up with John Stamos, who do you get with that? you get Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, you guys get where we're coming from with this mashup segment. Like that's pretty on point for Jimmy G. Okay, so let's get into our first one.
Wait, real quick, I do want to point out, you just said John Krasinski flawlessly like 5 times. Can't figure out how the fuck to say Sagan.
Who?
Cool though.
Seaman.
Seaman?
Seaman.
Yeah.
It's the magic sauce.
St. Louis.
What am I saying wrong? Seaman, St. Louis, right? Okay. Anyways, let's get into our mashups. So the first one we got Carson Wentz. When you mash Carson Wentz up with Hank Scorpio from The Simpsons, who do you get when you mash those two up? Any guesses, fellas? Any guesses?
Who the hell is Hank Scorpio?
You don't remember Hank
Get
Scorpio?
out of here. Get out of here.
Are you
We're done.
serious?
Mute Drew.
Oh
He's
my
done.
God, I can't. He controls the Zoom.
Okay. All right.
All right, when
I got you now.
when you mash up Carson Wentz and Hank Scorpio, the correct answer is Sean McVay. Sean McVay is who you get. Did you hear about McVay this week and why he's in the news? Besides winning their first game of the year.
It came out that he has no soul and is really a ginger deep underneath it. all.
Wow, dropping the G word with a hard R.
It turns out we were right and his wife was cheating on him the whole time.
Yeah.
Most likely, but so the NFL released a statement or sent out a memo that said all coaches have to wear their mask throughout the entire game, like no exceptions. You have to wear your mask. And the McVay was like, "Yeah, that's because of me," because the dude basically spent the entire game with his mask below his mouth and chin, like he would only pull it up over his mouth occasionally, still nose hanging out, like complete dummy. I think all coaches should just go to Andy Reid's face shield. That's what you should do.
They should, but I can't believe that that wasn't put out preseason, considering all throughout fucking Hard Knocks, that's all we talked about was the fact that none of these coaches were like, he constantly had his mask.
Oh, dude, he's the worst. He's
like, what are you wearing it for? Just take it off if you're gonna have it on your chin.
Yeah, I don't get that. But like, if you do the Andy Reid face shield, you don't have to wear a mask, right? Like that's the trade-off.
That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. But it
Probably
gets all
what
fogged
it is,
up.
though, is they just don't want to be seen as that fat, sweaty guy like Andy.
Guys, look. The question is long being asked that why do Major League Baseball managers wear full uniform? And the time has come that NFL coaches have to wear the entire uniform, including a helmet and a mask, a face shield, and have that whole thing down on it.
I don't think we're ready for that, Scott.
COVID has brought it about.
Because you know what's going to happen is if they have to do that, when Bill Belichick wears that uniform, Zeke is going to feel real shitty about his tattoo, realizing that Bill had it first.
Speaking of Bill Belichick, Reagan, I saw Bill Belichick in a Subway commercial. Brady leaves.
What the hell? Like he is broke AF now, apparently. What?
No, I'm thinking Brady leaves town and the personality comes out. All of a sudden, Bill is a different man. I think I like Bill Belichick all of a sudden.
What do you think? What is Bill Belichick's go-to $5 footlong?
Good question.
I feel like he goes BMT, not even BLT. He goes BMT, and that's what he
cold cut combo. But...
Yeah, I was gonna say he's basic as fuck, so cold cut combo is probably his go-to.
Or every once in a while he wants to spice it up a little bit. He gets that tuna salad.
JB, I do not want to see Andy Reid or Patricia in football pants. We've already seen Andy Reid in football pants when he's the giant 12-year-old in the punt pass kick competition that they always show with Andy Reid, where it's just like a little kid that's like 4 foot nothing and 6 foot tall Andy Reid shoved into the smallest pants possible. But yeah, I kind of agree with JB on that one.
Did you put the Jokic meme in the mashup? Oh,
no, I didn't.
That's a missed opportunity. It's okay though. We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back around.
And Biscuit bringing up what I said this weekend. If they wear the mask, they don't have to hold up that stupid play sheet in front of their face when they talk, but they still do.
They will, yeah.
No, they're doing it. Like, they're actually doing that. I tweeted that out this weekend. Like, I can't believe the number of college coaches and NFL coaches that were still holding their play sheet in front of their face as they're calling. But you see, like, MLB coaches do that too. They come out to talk to the pitchers and they got their hand over their face. It's like, bro, you're wearing a mask. What are you doing?
No, it's simple. Like Jenna pointed that out to me this weekend, and I was like, "Oh yeah," but you know that if they don't hold the play sheet up there, they don't know how to call the play. Like that's what it comes down to.
It's
like,
a comfort thing.
Exactly. They're not reading it, but if they don't hold it up there, they'll literally go, Shoot the J. Shoot it. Louses.
All right, let's do our next mashup. Next mashup here, you got Gollum from Lord of the Rings, or is it Smeagol? I don't know which one is which. Do you guys know which one?
Depends on where in the storyline we're talking about, but I think you want to go with Gollum. You want to go post. Yeah, that's post freak out.
All right, okay,
freeing from the ring, if you will.
So Gollum, and then Hanson from Scary Movie 2, which is Chris Elliott's character with the take my strong hand. That guy. I think you guys can tell what you get when you mix up Gollum and Hanson. You get Jerry Jones during the national anthem. That's.
This blew up the internet, and I love it.
Oh, dude, it
Jerry.
was one of the funniest things I had ever seen. I felt like he was literally trying to figure out, like he was like, I don't know how to do this without somebody holding my hand over my heart for
guys,
me.
this is bad. We shouldn't be talking about this. We can't make fun of this guy because he was literally having a stroke on national TV and no one helped him.
That's a good point.
To be fair, if Jerry Jones ever legit does have a stroke on live TV, I hope that nobody helps him.
Do you think we can put money on that?
I mean,
Like a
look at
poker
seriously. I'm teaching my toddler the Pledge of Allegiance, and he knows how to hold his hand over his heart better than like. What the hell, Jerry?
Do you know all the words to the Pledge of Allegiance?
I do.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
You don't?
I
You don't remember that?
No, I do because it's one of those things where you get started, you say the first line, and the rest just kind
Yeah,
of
and
goes on
exactly.
autopilot.
It just
Yeah.
rolls out of your mouth. Like it's just like haven't said it in what?
That's what I was gonna say. When was the last
Yeah.
time you said that? I'm like sitting here. I'm like, it was probably fourth grade.
Yeah, it's been forever. But then you say I Pledge of Allegiance, and then boom, it's all there.
Do you guys?
Should we say the Pledge of Allegiance before the show? I mean, they play the national anthem before a football game.
Maybe
so
we
I'm gonna
should.
kneel.
That's fine because all we'll see is your forehead in frame. Is it cool
are you
if I
guys
stand in the hallway with my hand over my heart? Then, what's etiquette here?
Loudbeard saying that Jerry's got carpal tunnel? Don't be hating.
Carpal tunnel. What do you think Jerry's got carpal tunnel from? Because I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Yanking them penny slots at the casino. Just yanking it.
Yep, just yanking it.
Just yanking it. Because you know that rich ass motherfucker be in the casino still playing penny slots too, right? Like,
Oh, for sure.
he's taking his social security check there, putting it into pennies, and then just sliding those things in.
Can you
You can't
imagine?
afford all that Johnny Walker Blue label if you're not using
right?
penny slots.
Can you imagine going in a casino and you just see Jerry Jones sitting at a penny slot and he's got like that card that's attached to his shirt that's plugged
Yep.
into the machine just in case he passes out dead.
With a fucking life
the
alert,
card
too.
pulls out too so that nobody comes in and steals your rewards points for the casino.
I can 100% see that.
But of course he would just be standing there with like a little hand pulling the lever.
Sock that fucking the back.
Are you guys surprised that he didn't do anything to Poe for kneeling during the national anthem?
No, because he was a lying son of a bitch.
I thought for sure he was going to do something. Like when I saw him staring and he had the weird hand going on, I was like, oh, he's going to try
this fool,
something.
He's gonna literally sell his soul that he has left. He may have already sold all of it. He wants to get a ring. He'll do whatever the hell it takes to get a ring. His ass
Exactly.
will hire Kaepernick back if it means that they're going to. If someone said to you, oh, he would do it. If he was guaranteed to win a Super Bowl by getting Kaepernick on that team, he'd do it in an instant.
Okay, leave a comment below
Guaranteed.
and let us know. Would Jerry Jones sign Colin Kaepernick if it meant he was guaranteed to get a Super Bowl? Because I
100%.
don't think he
100, yeah.
would. I don't think he would.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
If seriously, if you said guaranteed, he would do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
He would tell him not to show up. He would just sign him to a contract and be like, "Yeah, you don't be here."
What
but
if
you're on
it
the roster."
was? What if it was? He had to sign Colin Kaepernick and start Kaepernick, or
Still, he would do whatever he needs
Okay,
to do
okay,
for
let's
a
do
Super
this.
Bowl.
he had to sign Colin Kaepernick and make Colin Kaepernick his starter for 5 years, but he was only guaranteed one Super Bowl in that time. Would he do it?
Wait, what was the second part? And make
Yeah,
what?
you cut out there, Mike.
All right, good. I
He's-
was thought it was just me over
He's
here.
allowed
but-
to. He can sign Colin Kaepernick, and Kaepernick has to start for the team for 5 years, but he's guaranteed 1 Super Bowl win. Does he do it?
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. He'll die after 1 year. So it's like, whatever. Let his son deal with it then.
Speaking of Dallas and all these endorsements, I also saw that Dakota got that big mattress money coming from was it Purple Mattress or Sleep Number or whatever it was. I was thinking that Jarrah saw that and was like, "See, I ain't giving you that big money. You got that mattress money coming
You
in.
got
You're
that.
fine."
You got that mattress money. All right, next one in the mashups here. Here we go. Actually, there you go. So Loudbeard is agreeing with me. He's saying no. There's no way Jerry signs him. There's no way Jerry signs him even for a Super Bowl. Scott saying yes, he would sign him. I don't know. I don't see him doing it. All right, here's your next mashup. Wilford Brimley from The Natural. We're gonna mash him up with President of the United States, Donald Trump. And what do you get when you mash those two up? Mike Ditka, orange-faced old Mike Ditka, back in the news again for telling people who want to kneel during the national anthem to get the hell out of the country. Ditka back to doing Ditka things. What do you guys think of Ditka this week?
Isn't it about time that prostate cancer got him? Yes. I feel like that's at least 2 Mike out of frames this show.
Shit. And a snort. You got a snort on that one too, man. Whew.
That was man. Once upon a time, I loved Mike Ditka.
Oh my God, I completely agree.
I had
was the
no
best.
idea. I had no idea that this is who Mike Ditka was for all those years. Like, it changes everything about him. This dude sucks on ice, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so disturbing, and I feel like these sources go like TMZ will always just be like, all right, there's some controversy going on with black people. Let's see what Ditka has to say, because this is going to get us some clicks. And they just put a microphone in front of his old ass face, and he's like, well, get the hell out of the country. And they're like, there we go. Here it is. And
he's definitely the go-to if they're like, we need a real controversial soundbite. Just call Ditka. It's like, hey, Ditka, black. Fuck him. What? we didn't even. You heard me. Fuck him.
I was trying to ask you about the Black Sox shot at the World Series this year.
Right.
I need to learn not to kneel for the anthem, those fuckers.
I was gonna say, it's like I was gonna ask you black or red if I'm playing roulette, but all right.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike,
Put it on 0 then? Is that
I
what you
was
get
just
at?
asking if you took your coffee black. Nope, I sure don't.
Not
all
in
the
this damn country.
I just drink milk. All right, next mashup. Here we go. Rob Riggle. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Loves them some Rob Riggle. I love Rob Riggle on Holy Moly. He's my favorite part on Holy Moly. But
Shit, I keep forgetting to watch that.
dude, you were
man.
missing out. It is so
I
good.
know,
That was
right?
part of the Sports Equinox last week. It was
The
like
only
MLB.
reason to tune into Fox ever.
Yeah, exactly. But if you mash up Rob Riggle and an old catcher's mitt, do you know what you get when you mash those two up? Ed
A good
Orgeron. That's what you get is Ed Orgeron. Good old Ed Orgeron, man, down there in LSU.
Oh, dang, I'll play some football. Did you know that Ed Orgeron actually got his start in Waterboy?
That was after his brief stint as Boomhauer, as the voice of Boomhauer,
Oh,
right?
God, yeah. Love me some Boomhauser.
Ed Orgeron in the news this week because he said that most of his players have already had COVID and he doesn't think they're going to get it again. So they should be good for this season. Like
You know what?
That mashup is really good. Those photos.
I just feel like, man, you did not do right by Rob Riggle on that one, though. That poor guy.
I love Rob Riggle.
He really is great, man.
You shit on him hardcore, putting him with the catcher's mitt.
But that's it. I mean, look at that. That's totally what it is. Rob Riggle plus catcher's mitt equals Ed Orgeron.
I mean, it is nailed, but damn, poor Rob. I mean, for the joke, Rob would probably agree, but damn.
Yeah, right.
Oh goodness.
We got
And that's the perfect catcher's mitt too.
It was
The catcher's
Do you
mitt,
realize
too.
how many catcher's mitt pictures I had to look for to find that one to be like, that's the one. That's the catcher's mitt that
Well,
makes it
we've
Ed
talked about
Orgeron.
before on the show how hard you work during the workdays. So
That's like
I
the
think we were
original
fine.
catcher's mitt that was used in the very first baseball game ever. Oh God.
That might have been the hardest you've laughed on the show, Scott. I don't think you've laughed. I
that-
mean,
I just wow.
you've fallen out of screen before, but that one got you. Maybe I
It-
should have
it
saved that for
really
the end.
did.
I should have rearranged these a little bit. I guess I got one more, but I guess I should have done that one last. Anyways, so what do you think about Eddie coming out and saying, well, the players have already had it. We should be fine.
He's half right.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, they've probably all had it.
Yeah,
They probably won't be fine just based on saying
right.
that, I mean, that's assuming that, they can't get it again and it can't adversely affect them moving forward. I mean,
I almost guarantee you 60% of that team's gotten it.
Yeah, well, that was the funny thing. I guess they pressed them to be like, how many, like, what percentage do you think had it? And he was like, I don't know, but most of them probably did. It's like, Jesus, man. All right, cool. And then also there's like this lingering thing of long-term effects that he's just not worried about because all he cares about is that at least we're getting the season
What
in.
happens to him in 4 years? Like they need to win him a title today.
no. Rephrase that because he's like, most of these guys I'm getting 3 years out of them. I don't give a shit.
Good old Eddie-O.
As long as they die off campus, Eddie-O don't give a fuck.
Yeah, just
Right,
don't do
it's
it.
like,
Don't do it at
COVID
practice.
isn't going to kill them until they're out of here, right? They don't care. About it.
I mean, that's why you got 2 recruiting seasons now, right?
That's a good point. That's a very valid
If your
point,
early
too.
signees fall ill, then you can fill them back up in January.
And the SEC cheats anyway, so who cares? All right, last mashup. Former presidential candidate, Senator, First Lady Hillary Clinton. When you mash her up with Deborah, who is Farrah's mom from Teen Mom. You guys remember Deborah and all the work that she's had done. Mash those two up, and who do you get? Carole Baskin. There you go, Carole Baskin. She made some news this week appearing on Dancing with the Stars. Did you guys watch that at all? Have you seen that?
No.
I heard when they made the cast announcement a few weeks ago that she was going to be on the show, and I'm like, man, ABC is just trying to get them clicks.
I really hope that Carole Baskin dies from a poisoned, all-natural, holistic tampon. Fuck that bitch. She is what's wrong with this world these days.
I just think it's weird that you'd have an obvious murderer on your show. Like,
Right? She submitted to it.
investigation's still pending, and they're like, yeah, come on and dance with the stars.
Did
know?
you
But they
see-
won't give OJ a shot? I mean, god damn it. He's done his time.
And he's been cleared. He got
Right?
cleared.
Plus, can you imagine how that dude be able to dance with them feet? Ooh, he'd be shaking and moving.
Hey, Twitter world.
I was gonna say OJ comes on. He's like, "Hey, Dancing with the Stars, it's OJ here," and then he just dances to.
And then at the end of his set, all right, y'all, take care.
What would be OJ's go-to dance?
Go to dance or go to song?
Oh, well, I guess they kind of go hand in hand.
I
don't
would go
know.
with the Crip Walk would be the go-to move for OJ. I would just like to see OJ out here sea walking right there on Dancing with the Stars. I think I would lose my mind.
And all he did was sea walk. Just 3 minutes and
Scott,
27 seconds of
Scott.
OJ sea walking. That would be amazing.
I expected so much more from you, man. The obvious right answer is Motown.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Like, obviously, that would be the right answer, but
But the joke answer is way
pay
funnier.
to see? Which would you
Yeah,
pay to
yeah,
see?
yeah.
Oh, it's
I'm
true,
not
that's
coming to
true.
watch OJ dance. I mean, he would be a fine Motown dancer, but him sea walking, that's on
Oh,
CT.
I'm here for that.
Ooh,
John,
but I gotta
by
be
the
honest,
way,
man, I'd be a little worried because what if he breaks a hip doing it?
even more reason
I was
to do
gonna
it.
say
That's-
even more reason to tune in.
That's there you go. Ed's saying he should dance to Killer. I mean Thriller. That's what OJ should dance to. And John pointing out what I was going to say. Carole Baskin's husband, the one that she killed, allegedly, his family ran a commercial during Dancing with the Stars to like ask people for tips on his death and help bring his killer to justice. So basically, ABC cashed in on all the people who wanted to see Carole Baskin, which they put her at the end. Very smart on ABC's part, because then everybody had to sit through the whole episode to see Carole
Hey,
Baskin
all
dance.
you cool cats and kittens.
Guess what song she danced to? Do you know what song she danced to?
I don't want to know.
Guess. Just guess. You gotta have a guess.
Cat
Here.
scratch fever.
Good guess. Wrong,
I was gonna
but
say
good guess.
I was gonna go with the old cat daddy.
No,
Ooh, that's another good
a little
one.
further away. Eye of the Tiger. She danced to Eye of the Tiger because
fucking
of
bitch.
course she did.
I love how Drew has wished death upon more people.
Drew
and
is
just completely dismissed it. Just like, he was personally offended.
I just
She
think,
danced
no,
to
she's-
Eye of the Tiger.
She is just the worst kind of American these days. Like, motherfucker that wants to profit off a cause but not actually do anything about it. Like, god damn it. At least Joe Exotic was letting people get eaten. You
Hang
know,
on, we
like
got
the animals stood a chance there.
We got comments we got to get through here because I'm dying reading some of these. Biscuit said that OJ should do the WAP because it's kind of like a stabbing motion. Matt Barr, host of For the Gold
Cat Daddy
podcast,
kinda is too.
he said that Carole Baskin should have danced to What's New Pussycat. Loudbeard saying, shut up, sassy. And John saying, please tell me she danced to a Joe Exotic song. I talked to Tiger.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
If she had come out and danced to a Joe Exotic song, that would have been the greatest thing I've ever seen on TV. That would have been the best troll job ever.
We should do a GoFundMe and buy a Joe Exotic album. He deserves it.
I don't think you have to do a GoFundMe for that. I'm pretty sure it's like 35 cents to get the whole album. I bet you it's dirt cheap.
I'm just sitting here knowing the wives would not send off on that 20 spot. Like, no, don't do that. Ugh. Joe Exotic.
All right. Whoa, Javi coming in hot saying he's been to that tiger zoo.
Holy
Javi,
shit.
The other host of For the Gold podcast has been to the Joe Exotic Zoo that is now closed down.
Can we spin up that drunk line real quick? Like, we need to hear about this.
Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could, man. Javi, I'm going to need to talk to you offline here.
Did a photo shoot. See, now this feels like a pose on velvet with a tiger situation, Javi. So, like, what up? Like, what was the end goal of said photo shoot? Was this for your Tinder profile or like, you know?
Man, I wish I could call during the show. That'd be amazing to just dial him up right now because I could call
why don't we
Javi right now.
Just call him on your phone and put it on speaker.
Yeah, we're gonna do the janky style. This is a professional broadcast, Drew. We got networks interested in us. We can't be.
That's fair. I'm just saying. I've heard that trash on the morning show, Jeff and Jen, and like they pull that off.
All right, 100 comments. That means I'm going to do a shot. And this has been Mashup. I hope you guys like that segment. Let us know in the comments if you like that segment.
That's all it takes to do shots. Fuck, I'd comment.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a new thing I just thought of when it just popped up. Congratulations on 100 comments. So I'm going to do a shot for 100 comments.
Get that hypno. Look at he ain't even pouring it in a shot. Oh, that was a pussy shot.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's Mike, of course.
There you go. Drink up. Besides, what do you have to be afraid of? You've got that morning recovery lemon ginger flavor now.
I didn't get the lemon ginger yet, bro. I didn't get the lemon.
Oh, I got one. If you want me to drop one off.
Matt saying love that segment. Good, thank you, Matt. We appreciate that.
That went way better than I thought it was going to. I mean, that segment was solid.
I thought it was pretty good. I think we bring that
feel
one back
like
at some point.
It was all because Sherm put in the work on the images, dude.
I did.
You found
Yeah,
great shots.
that was all credit to Mike on that one. Those mashups, God, poor Rob.
I mean, just look at
poor Rob, man.
yeah.
Let's
Can we tag him in that segment?
Oh yeah, I
see
just
that?
want that portion. I want to cut that portion and tag Rob Riggle on
just
Twitter for that.
minding his own
Yeah.
business and
Catching
it's like,
some
damn,
strays.
somebody compared me to Ed Orgeron and a catcher's mitt. Damn.
No, I didn't compare him to Orgeron. Just him and a catcher.
Him and a catcher's mitt.
Still, man.
Just be like, hey, at Rob Riggle, sorry about this, bro, but you know it's true.
And John asking if we would accept mashups from Craft Root Sports
Hell
listeners.
yes,
Absolutely.
That's the best part
So
about this segment.
hit
I
us
want
up.
people to-
Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Post it in the group. If you've got some mashup ideas, throw them in there because we will absolutely do it on the show. It's super. I really enjoyed this one. Also, peek behind the curtain. When I did the Hillary Clinton and Deborah from Teen Mom, when I sent that one to our group chat, Scott, his response was, delete my number. I'm never going to be able to fucking unsee that. All right, fellas, let's talk about our picks from last week. It's time to lock it in.
All right, good. I'm glad you didn't throw in my response. Don't need to know that. So the good news is we actually, quote unquote, won the teaser.
How'd we win the teaser? I thought we lost that teaser.
No, because both the Chargers, so the Chargers won, the Cowboys pushed, and the Chiefs won. So I think they cut us in at like a reduced rate there.
Oh, gotcha.
We teased the Cowboys all the way down to +3.
Right, but we teased the Cowboys down to +3, but they
lost by 3.
They only lost by 3?
I think it was 2017 or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So we pushed on that one. All right, good. That's good to hear that that the teaser wasn't a complete blowout because I thought the Cowboys screwed up the teaser and ruined you as well, Drew. But it looks
pissed.
like
and those Clippers. So we may be down a little bit in the show account, if you will, but it's okay. I got backups.
Well, let's get into our standings so far after 2 weeks
Matt.
2 weeks in the pick. What would Matt say? Sorry, I switched screens.
See you next Tuesday. But it was a quote, so maybe just me referencing Carole Baskin. I don't know. It's okay.
All right, so
you were so angry during that segment.
Oh man, Drew is like
bitch. I can't say her.
Drew was like Mike last week. That's what Drew was.
Wishing death upon everybody, wondering where cancer was.
Drew.
God, promise. I used to like Ditka so much, man.
I
That steakhouse
know,
and everything.
man.
Like, he was what was right with the world.
Dude, he used to be, when football didn't suck, I mean, he used to be the voice of reason on
Yes,
NFL
yeah.
Countdown. It would be like,
Exactly.
here comes Mike Ditka to set everybody straight
Yeah.
and tell them what actually was going to happen or why they were all dumb and overreacting. And now he's just like, oh, no, wait, he was just an irrational OWG.
OWG. All right, let's get into our standings where we're at so far after 2 weeks. So Drew had Dallas -3 at LA. There was the controversial pass interference call at the end that would have put Dallas in field goal position to tie it up. So there you go. You are right. They lost by 3. But Drew loses that game, so he falls to 1-1 on the season. Your boy right here, I had Houston at Kansas City. Kansas City, a 9.5-point favorite. Got that W, so I am in the winner's circle, tied with Drew atop. And poor Scott, still looking for his first win. He had the Chargers -3 at Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, the GOAT, leads the team down the field with 2 minutes to go, hits the game-winning touchdown to A.J. Green, negated by a bullshit pass interference call. Then they miss the field goal because fat Randy Bullock is a piece of shit. The Bengals lose in the most Bengals way possible. Scott pushes the bet. He falls to 0-1-1 on the season. So there you go. There's our standings after 2 weeks.
Isn't that just a great way to welcome Joe Burrow to the city, though?
I love that he was. I love that like the meme was Joe Burrow just disappointed after seeing Bullock miss that kick. It was so Cincinnati. But I gotta say,
the epitome.
as a Bengals fan, that last drive was super exciting. Like, I feel so good about Joe Burrow, and I don't have to wait that long to watch him again because they're on tomorrow night, baby. Battle of Ohio. They're taking on the Brownies tomorrow in Cleveland. So Joe Burrow.
Going through a tunnel. It's not me for once. Woo!
Y'all need to step your internet games up.
Bro, I'm
I thought
broadcasting
it
a
was me
fucking
'cause I
show
was-
over here.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. See you next Tuesday.
Everybody else can hear and see what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. You guys.
All I know is I found some prime content that I was trying to, manage in the background, but I turned it off, so we should be fine.
All right, so as good as you feel, though, real quick about Joe Burrow, if he doesn't come out and hang a 40 burger on the Browns after the way they looked in week 1, then you have to be legit concerned. Like, they're
Actually,
No,
no,
yeah.
hold on, Scott.
That's fair.
Let's
That's
see
fair.
if we can get some realism out of Mike for just a half second. Honestly evaluate Joe Burrow's game. What did you really see out of him? How do you feel about the future?
All right, here's what I saw out of Joe Burrow's game. No homerism. I think the offensive line is complete trash. Joe is going to be running for his life all season long. He needs to get some type of run support that can back off the pass rush that's going to be coming, because without it, the dude is going to get hurt at some point. With how many shots he took from Bosa, I'm surprised that he didn't get hurt already. But the dude clearly gets it. Like, you got to remember, he didn't have a preseason. This was his first look at real speed NFL game, and he held his own. Like, he made the pass he had to make at the end of the game. He hit AJ Green in that spot in the corner. It's exactly where that ball had to go. He led them right down the field and delivered. It's, the pass interference call, by the letter of the book, it is what it is, but
right.
Nobody
if AJ
normally
wasn't
throws
a
that.
cheating asshole, they would have won.
Nobody throws that flag. Come on, nobody throws that flag. But it's right. It is
One
pass
ref
interference.
does,
Apparently that ref is the same ref that ref the Notre Dame Florida State game a few years back. But
yes.
Burrow is solid.
Preach.
Like, the dude is going to be really, really good.
Here's what they need to do is Sean McVay Jr. needs to figure out how to set up an offense that's 3-step drops, 5 max, get the ball out quick, because Joe can recognize this shit. Like, the defenses, they're not so sophisticated he can't figure out his 1, 2, and 3 reads. The problem is you can't go 7-step drop to try to get him that third read that's 10 yards down the field. He could do it. He can play it out. They just need to figure out and be adaptive, because you're right. That O-line is trash. They couldn't run the ball for shit. But when it was that 2-minute offense and they were sitting back, letting Joe have a minute or two, guy was finding openings. He was finding seams. And all it's going to take is a little bit of momentum, and this team is going to step their shit up. Like, so again, McVay Jr. needs to figure it out and figure out how to get that quick passing game going in space. Throw a 3-yard slant and let someone break something,
You got AJ Green. Like, this is AJ Green should be the go-to on a slant route for Burrow. Like, the dude's got weapons.
I wouldn't even say that. Tyler, JB said it. Throw Tyler Boyd a 3-yard slant. AJ can get that 7-yard out. Like, AJ isn't that receiver that I feel like is going to break a bunch of moves, but he's going to be your home run hitter. He's the one to pull the the safety over top coverage, get that double team. But then also when you need a third down conversion, if that line can protect for a half second, AJ will find a seam.
They can't protect. They can't protect because Ed from Pardon the Punctuation has it right. Bobby Hart is Mount Rumpke. Like, the line is trash. It is garbage. Let's get into our picks for this week, fellas. Let's do our picks. So
wait, before we do that, let's tease something though, because it seems like we got a little thing happening here in the comments thread. Let's hear someone shout out and put something on the line picking this Bengals Browns game, unless you got it in the hat, Mike.
I do not have that one in the hat. I left that one off since we had the Bengals last week.
All right, so then let's see someone step up here.
What is the line? It's -6, right? Bengals are 6-point favorites in the, or 6-point dogs in this game.
Yeah, I've got Browns as a 6-point favorite now. Bengals 6-point dog, as you would say. What's his name? Biscuit
-6 plus 6.
Biscuit saying Cleveland's gonna take it. Let's see here. Barr took Bengals on the money line at +205. Apparently someone needs to make up for their mortgage payment. I don't know. I feel like we could have something here, folks. So let's see it. Let's see someone put something online, step up for your squad, and call out your Thursday night shot, boys.
Look, Burrow.
And Jenny.
Look, Burrow is going to have a breakout. The Browns looked, and okay, here's the other thing about the Bengals. Objectively, that defense looked so much better than it did last year. It looked way better. Now, perhaps it was because it's the Chargers, but the Browns offense looks like shit. The Bengals defense looks better.
Dude,
so
they
I feel like
Tyrod Taylor. I mean,
also
that's not
it's
easy.
a Thursday night. And all right, let's stop. Scott is clearly bored talking about the Bengals here. He is fallen asleep in front of his Mexican pizza. Which, by the way,
it looks like he's jerking it to his Mexican pizza, but I don't blame him.
Can you
little from column A, little from column B?
Can
baby.
you explain what is going on with the Mexican pizza background, Scott? Explain to the crowd what is happening with that.
The Mexican pizza. Well, if you haven't heard, Taco Bell's getting rid of the Mexican pizza, and I took it as a personal affront. I am personally offended. The Mexican pizza is one of my longtime favorites from Taco Bell, and since it was going away in November, happened to be talking about it with the boys on the group chat, and Mike decided he was going to set the line. I was like, I want to see how many I can eat between now and the time that they do away with it in November. And Mike set the line at 12. I today finished my 6th Mexican
In, like,
pizza
2
since
weeks.
he put that challenge up. And what was that? What, 3 weeks ago?
2. It's been
Oh, no,
2
not
weeks. It's been
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
All right, so 2 weeks I've downed 6 Mexican pizzas.
Right, so we got to move the line. So
I
if you
would've said
got
it was
in
like a
early,
week and a
great.
half. I feel
The
like it's been
over
like 10
under
days.
was 12.
Well, now in
and
my
I'm halfway there.
defense on this, I was like, okay, they're getting rid of it in November, so that gives us September, October, and maybe all of November. And I said to Scott, "How many do you normally eat?" And he was like, "Normally I get 1. Sometimes I'll do 2." So that's why I put it at 12.
Here's the thing. I'm one of those people where it's like I like to mix it up at Taco Bell. I'm not there's only one thing that they have. So it's like Mexican pizzas aren't necessarily my go-to. Like I enjoy them a lot, but probably once every 3 or 4 visits, I'd say I would throw in a Mexican pizza in my order. Now, because it's going away, I'm like, well, I got to get as many Mexican pizzas as I can get.
Yeah,
I've been doubling it up on them because that's the only way to make it worthwhile.
Which you're going to clearly blow past 12. So I feel like we need to move
But
this
that's
line.
the thing. I also don't eat fast food that often. It's been kind of an anomaly to have had it. But because anytime it's come up where it's like, oh, hey, what do we want to eat? I immediately am like Taco Bell. Because I when you set that number at 12, I'm like, let's do this. Let's make this happen.
Scott coming in with what I thought. This is exactly what I thought. He just assumed Scott wouldn't pay for more than 12, and that's exactly what I thought, was you would not buy 12 of them.
To be fair, my mom paid today, so well, there is that.
And Matt Barr with my take on this whole Taco Bell. Everybody gets so upset whenever a new menu item is removed. As long as the Cheesy Gordita Crunch remains, that's all that Taco Bell needs. Cheesy Gordita Crunch, the GOAT menu item at Taco Bell. Get rid of everything. They could be Cheesy Gordita Crunch. That's it.
Fuck down.
That's all they need. Cheesy Gordita
kidding
Crunch.
me?
That's
No,
all they need.
no,
That's
no,
all they need.
no.
Biscuit
See,
saying,
now you're tripping. You're saying you're gonna get rid of the Crunchwrap Supreme.
don't care. Is that a
Get rid of
Cheesy
the
Gordita
Red
Crunch?
Burrito.
Is that a Cheesy
Gordita
Gordita Crunch?
First, I'll tell you that.
I know
right now.
you've admitted to potentially murdering a lot of people throughout the show, so I should be
that's like
careful.
I mean, I
3.
downed 2 pizzas today. And
I didn't
also
murder
threw in
anyone. I just
2
said that.
chalupas to the order because I'm like, I can't just be eating these
dude.
pizzas.
So
All right,
what do we
wait,
move, Drew? What do we move this line to? Like for the people that got in the early betting, clearly
minute.
they're
So,
they're
we got-
they're gonna lose.
Is it early or late November? Because I feel like there's a lot to play.
Just assume
By
like-
November includes Thanksgiving week.
I thought that it said November 9th, so we're talking like right after the
All right, so
election.
Ooh, you're gonna have
But I'm gonna
election.
Google it.
hangover.
Hold on a second. I want to get an
Yeah.
exact date.
You'll be going deep if it's.
Yeah, election day. We could see 6 Mexican pizzas on election
By the
day.
way, can someone explain to me why Uber Eats has the Taco Bell on
Yeah, no,
Columbus
okay.
Road
No,
in Newport?
November 5th is the official day. I thought it was early
Okay.
November.
All right. So we have half of September, all of October, and a week in November. He's already had 6. So the line
So wait, are
was
we
12.
we're just wiping the board now and
We got to
saying
wipe the
from
board.
now
Yeah.
till
From
then,
now
yeah.
until then, what's the new line? It's got to be. I mean, we got to set this at 20. Homeboy's eating 2 a pop. He had 6 in a week and a half. Like
20? There's no way I'm gonna get to 20 between now and November. I can
you had
promise you that.
6 in a week and a half.
No, dude, it was August when we said this, so it's the 7th.
You're full of shit. It was August.
No. Man, I will check. That's the good thing. That's a good thing about text. We can go back and
All right. Well,
check.
you're doing that. We'll figure this out offline. We'll figure this out.
How many weeks
and
you
we'll
got?
put-
6 weeks?
Yeah, it's something like that. We'll figure it out.
12.
Drew, you and I will get the math together
All
on
right,
this one. Okay.
15.
We'll get the math together on this one.
15.
Scott, while you're scrolling through the texts, pick a number 1, 2, or 3.
I'm gonna go with 1 this week.
1. Ooh, you might not have
God
wanted to do
bless
number 1,
America.
but I hope that Loudbeard and Chris America are still listening in because prior to the Big Ten announcing, UCF was number 14 in the country in this week's AP poll. Jumped up 7 spots without playing a game yet. They are at Georgia Tech this week, and UCF is a 7.5-point favorite. Georgia Tech, of course, coming off a big win at Florida State, where the stadium was actually pretty packed and nobody was wearing a mask, and you got to see all the Florida State fans get sad and upset. So UCF minus 7.5 at Georgia Tech. Scott, who is your pick in that game?
I'm taking UCF.
Ooh. Ooh, going with the favorite. Okay, all right. Believe in the hype. Okay, all right. Javi saying national champ UCF.
That's right, baby. National champ.
How far do they fall, even with the win over Georgia Tech? How far do they fall in the AP next week once they can start ranking Big Ten teams in there as well? Like, I feel like
Oh, the Big Ten teams are already
fall
ranked.
No, they took them out.
40 teams.
They
40
took
teams,
they
just
took them
says.
out this week. So they did a preseason ranking, and then they haven't done a ranking since then. UC and UCF jumped up 7 spots. Tennessee jumped up 10 spots. So they are, they took out all the Big Ten rankings. Biscuit, the Ramblin' Wreck, that's right, Biscuit. I forgot Biscuit is the only Georgia Tech fan I know. Javi saying UCF is going to fall to 22 even with the win. UCF 7.5 point favorites to Georgia Tech. Scott is going to take UCF. Drew, pick a number 2 or 3.
2.
2. You got the other college football game that is on the lineup this week. This one, the only battle of top 25 teams. Number 17, Miami, at number 18, Louisville. Louisville is a 2.5 point favorite on that one. This is Saturday night, prime time. Who you got in this game, Drew?
Number 17, Miami, at number 14, Louisville.
Number 18, Louisville.
Whatever. Fuck it. It doesn't matter.
Louisville is a 2.5 point favorite at home.
God, those teams are both shit.
They're not shit. They're top 25, bro.
Oh, right. You know what, man? I'm going to go ahead. What do you have? How much is Louisville laying?
-2.5.
All right. I'm going to take the athletes at Miami.
Oh, all right. Javi right there with you. Javi's saying Miami as well. And Matt Barr saying you could pronounce Louisville all stupid, but can't do St. Louis. Matt Barr, you can tell he's missed the last 2 weeks. John saying he's taking Louisville on that one. All right, so that leaves me with I should mark these down before I forget who had.
Oh, don't worry, I got them on our Bovada bet slip over here.
Okay, good.
I had to switch from my phone because I couldn't figure out how to find the fucking college lines on there.
That leaves me with the only NFL game that's that I picked for this week. New Orleans -5.5 at Vegas. Vegas, of course, coming off a win over Carolina. The Saints coming off a big divisional win over Tampa Bay and Brady and Gronk. I think New Orleans is able to beat Vegas at Las Vegas. 5.5 point spread doesn't seem like a whole lot for Breeze. Do you have a different spread, Drew?
I got 6, so it's fine. We'll tease it down.
All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and take New Orleans. So we have Scott and I have taken the favorite. Scott is going to take UCF -7.5 against Georgia Tech. I'm going to take New Orleans -5.5 at Vegas. Drew, the only one taking the underdog, taking Miami at Louisville, getting 2.5 points.
This is fantastic, though, because this gives me a reason to drink all day as opposed to just during the Notre Dame game at 3:30.
That's a good point. Yeah, Notre Dame and USF, right?
See, Biscuit knows what's up. With COVID, strippers have to be 6 feet away. Take Miami. Exactly, bro. Like, man, savant over there.
Biscuit knows what's up, man. Biscuit knows what's up. Also, John chiming in, the Reds win. The Reds are streaking, baby. They're playing for that playoff spot, man.
Ain't no one want to see that shit.
Whatever. Speak for yourself,
hey,
man.
We want to tease this one out again, though, because we did so well last time.
I think we have to tease this one, right?
We have to tease this out. So we could change it to Central Florida -7.5, Miami +2.5. Wait,
that's literally what the lines are that I have.
Well, then what the hell? What is this? What is the point
What
of
a
this
terrible teaser. All right, well,
yeah, well, I figure out how to do this.
You
do
figure
that math.
figure all that out.
Nope. I had to click a thing and updated. So it's UCF -1.5, Miami +8.5, and the Saints at just even.
Oh, dude, take that. Right?
Take
That sounds like a no-brainer.
That sounds like just that they might as well give us money now.
That sounds like a no-brainer. Lock that bad boy
fuck
in.
This. No, we're not doing this. Ain't worth it. $2 to win 3. Fuck that.
Let's give a shout out to our friends at Dugout Mugs. Look, everybody, we got the hookup for you. Baseball season, full swing. Reds pushing for the playoffs. There's only one way that every baseball fan should be enjoying their beer, and that's from a Dugout Mugs baseball bat mug. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com/craft and get 15% off your order. All your favorite teams, customizable designs, wine glasses made from bats, bat shot glasses that I got to get so that I don't have to chug Hypno like that, and bottle openers made from baseballs. Hit them up, dugoutmugs.com/craft. When was the text, Scott? Because you were...
September 4th.
Yeah!
You've been doing work though. I don't see what the problem is. Scott, be proud, man. Be loud, be proud.
So yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, bro. That's exactly what I thought, man.
So in 12 days? In 12 days,
I gotta be honest, dude. I'm just curious. What's your stool been like?
It's been fine. I mean, it hasn't affected that.
Runny.
See, you're made for this challenge.
Homeboy's running runny over there.
Hey-o. All right, so actually, Mike, I want to change this up. Instead of an over/under, we should do like a scale. Like if Scott gets to this, we'll do that.
Oh, I like
You know
that.
what I mean?
I like that.
those
So like
shit-ass
set
magazine
thresholds.
things you sold as a
No,
kid?
yeah, that's good. We'll set thresholds. Like if he
So
eats-
I gotta eat 2,000 and I'll get a keychain.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
We're
Dude,
gonna
Scott,
go
if you
Chuck E.
eat
Cheese
2,000
style.
of those, I'll buy you a fucking motorized BMW for your kids.
You want a fire truck? You're getting a fire truck. You eat 2,000 of those.
Bam, exactly. We'll get,
I think-
with
As long as
eggs,
it's got less than 22,000 miles on it, I'm
I
all
think Ed
but
found one in the
no
comments.
Liquor license.
Yeah, no liquor license. You ain't getting
Nope.
that shit. All right, fellas, I got a conspiracy theory that I want to get to really quickly. So let's do another Craft Root Sports
I
conspiracy
love
theory.
these.
It's pretty solid.
I love the music.
It's very
I just
scary.
like that. I like the skinny aliens. Can we get a Slender Man appearance in the next one though?
Sure. All right, so here's the conspiracy theory. So we know the Lakers have moved on to the Western Conference Finals after beating the Rockets rather handily.
Yes, that shit was rigged.
4-1. Right, but let's talk about why it was rigged. So you guys heard about what happened to the Rockets player who got busted for having a female companion in his hotel room in the
Was
I
it the
missed
chick
that
that
one.
blew all the rockets?
No, it was not.
Wait, no, that was the Suns, man. Come
She
on.
was blowing the
Keep up.
Suns.
Sorry.
Danuel House was suspended for breaking protocols and allowing a nurse into his room. He's like number 3 on the Rocket, like number 3 man on the Rockets. He's not, he's not Westbrook. He's not Harden. He's another guy, but he's solid. Pretty solid dude on the team.
So we now know all of the Houston Rockets that Mike can name.
Yep, that's
Carry
it.
on.
That's it. That's all I got. Anyways, so House was suspended for breaking protocols. He apparently let a COVID nurse into his room after
I did hear about this.
so basically it came out that this happened. He was suspended for game 3. Now, at the point that he was suspended, the series was tied 1-1. The Rockets won the first game of the series. The Lakers won the second game. And then House gets suspended. He is then out and kicked out of the bubble. Like, they totally bounced him. They were like, you broke protocol. You are out, and kicked him out. So he was out for games 3, 4, and 5, all of which the Lakers won. So here's the conspiracy theory. NBA fans feel that LeBron or his camp used the snitch line to turn in House, and that's what got him suspended. So guys, I gotta know, do you believe this conspiracy theory that LeBron James...
No, I don't believe it is conspiracy theory. I 100% believe that it is a fact. LeBron probably didn't even disguise his voice or name. He's like, hey, this is LeBron, and he broke protocol, so we're going to need him up out this bubble. Like, it wasn't even like, I mean, he just called up, oh, hey, Silver. Yeah, it's LeBron, your boy.
He didn't even call, he just
Texted
texted.
hands up. Just out, yeah, just text him. Just like, hey, they broke protocol with the Rockets. Take care of that. Yeah, there was no controversy whatsoever. No conspiracy theory. LeBron he handled that.
I
Apparently,
picture him like one of those like crime scene investigator shows where they just got all the cameras and the screens, whatever. LeBron's up in his room. He's got two hotel rooms. First of all, he's got his room, and he's got the war room. where he's got all the cameras on Disney's Wild World Sports. He's watching everyone. He's like, oh, that motherfucker right there. Get him. Get him. Get him. Like that's.
Did he just sneeze? Get him up out of here.
Can't even have that.
He cleared his throat.
That.
Bounce him. Yeah, so it was
he
apparently
did not wash his hands for 20 Mississippis. Get that fucker out of here.
It was LeBron's team. Like there was somebody that LeBron is associated with that broke the news early, like before it came out.
Somebody, no, it's always Maverick Carter. Come on now, it is somebody. Maverick Carter has been the leak artist since LeBron was back at St. Mary's. So
see, this is the best part too. Biscuit over here saying LeBron sent the nurse. Like, no, come on now. This ain't Jordan. This is different. This ain't those times. Like LeBron knows he just has to wait long enough, and these dudes will stumble and trip themselves up. And Matt Barr, the Dark Knight sees you.
Yes. So
You came
okay.
into
So
the darkness. I was born here.
so we are good here. Like we agree with this conspiracy theory. We think this has some legs. LeBron did this, or his camp did this at least.
Yes.
sure, whatever. But this is 100% like LeBron knew before it went down. I can tell you that much.
Well,
I
he
mean,
did know
LeBron
because like
basically-
his friends are tweeting about it before it was announced.
LeBron saw this as like the easiest way to get number 4.
Also, why are you going after? Well, I guess if that's the only one that screws up, that's the one you got to go after. All right, well there you go. We're gonna go all in on this conspiracy.
It's like, look, we
theory.
had PIs on Russ and James for weeks and ain't found nothing. But this
And they
motherfucker
never
had a
left each
nurse.
other's side. And they sat at the pool drinking mojitos the whole
Yeah,
time.
give it. I was gonna say they
do?
were at the pool giving tips. He's like, this dude had a nurse in his room. He's the third scorer. All right, we got to get him. We got to get whatever we can get. man.
Also,
We'll take it.
poor House. Like, it's weird because this is when family was allowed into the bubble, and that's why he got released. Why he got kicked out, because you were allowed authorized like family members, but you weren't allowed people in the bubble that you didn't really know. Like you had to prove that you knew them beforehand. So that's where he got caught up on this one.
You have to have met them in person once before.
Yeah, pretty much. His
Simply seen them.
his girl at home deleted all his pictures on social media and unfollowed and did all that shit. So bad move all around by House. I also thought it was interesting that the NBA was like, you done fucked up, now go home.
And
oh, wait.
LeBron, meanwhile, was like, I don't care if it fucks up his life. I'm trying to get this ring.
Trying to
Right.
catch Jordan, baby. Trying to catch Jordan.
Because think about it this way. He gets 4 this year, which I'm be like, oh, cheap, whatever. He's like, I don't give a fuck, right? Then he just has to find out 2 more years, 2 more ways to latch on and get one Vince Carter style and ride it out till he's 45, right? Like, he just has to be on the roster. And I bet you LeBron would pull that nonsense where he's like a player coach, too, to be like,
Oh,
LeBron,
yeah, that's a good
100%
point.
would.
Yeah.
That's a good point. He would.
I shot hoops
He's gonna-
and warm-ups. I was in layup line. But
He's
I
going to
coached
coach
full time.
Bronny. Yeah, he's going to coach Bronny
Yeah,
when Bronny hits the
exactly.
league. John
He's
saying
gonna Ken Griffey Sr. this year for sure.
John saying he can see LeBron drinking wine, watching the cameras in his hotel room.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we're coming up on time,
And a
so
Hugh
let's
Hefner smoking jacket.
let's stick to sports, guys. Stick to sports, damn it. All right, here we go. We're gonna stick to sports here real quick. So the Bill, he wins with Cam in New England. Tom loses in Tampa Bay. Did you guys
Hooray.
expect that?
I was happy. I love it.
Good stuff, Drew.
No, man.
I am Team Bill.
I needed Mike Evans to have a big day. He didn't do shit. But
Yes, sucks for you.
Yeah.
That's what you get for not drafting Burrow, you dick. Anyways,
Yeah.
moving
and all
on.
12 of his bitch ass's points.
Don't matter. Should have gotten him. The Lions. Did you guys see Jamie Collins got ejected for headbutting an official?
Oh, that was
in
fantastic.
the weakest ejection I've ever seen. Did you guys see what happened with that?
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
NFL is whack as fuck.
Like, what was he trying to even do, though? Like, he looked like he started off trying to gesture at something. Like, look, he was down right here.
That's what he was doing. He
and
was
then
trying to
like-
show, like, no, that my head was like this or his head was like this. And then the ref, like, stuck his dick out and was like, whoa, I mean, it was a
Mike,
flop on the
you know
ref's part.
that ref has a prosthetic. He ain't got no actual penis.
All right, let's talk baseball here, guys. Stick to sports, guys. Cubs pitcher Alec Mills threw the quietest no-hitter in baseball history. Did you guys even see that happened?
Yeah, I did, because I got a text that said it was the first time in like Major League history that the Cubs and White Sox had thrown a no-hitter
in the same season.
And I was like, wait a minute, when did the Cubs throw a no-hitter? Oh, today. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like
Very-
seriously, that was how I found out that there was a no-hitter thrown by a Cub. Was that, hey, this is the first time in history that those two teams have done it.
very
Weird way to find out.
very poor timing to have that happen during
real
the
quick,
NFL
though.
return.
JB on the Lions ejection goes, looked like a cat rubbing his head on someone trying to get them to pet them. Yeah, that's what that was.
That's
And you
exactly
got-
what that was.
Yeah.
Scott, I'm sorry for your loss here as Wilpon has sold the Mets. The Mets are now changing hands. But on the plus side, it didn't go to A-Rod, right? Is that something you can hang your hat on at least?
No, because I wanted it to go to A-Rod and J-Lo because it would have been just as much of a shit show when he was kissing himself in the mirror. Or every time the Mets were still a bumbling mess, I could bring up the fact that it's A-Rod that's in charge. Now they got somebody that's probably going to be competent because it's not likely that they hired back-to-back fools. So I was very sad that the Mets finally sold.
Matt Barr very excited about it. Yeah, there you go. All right, so let's talk basketball real quick. We were just talking. We were talking Western Conference. The Lakers will face the Nuggets. Nuggets upset the Clippers. Clippers lose
Nuggets,
a 3-1.
please.
I feel like that's good for
That's
our brand,
short.
right?
I know. We need to
I was
pump
just
this
gonna
shirt,
say,
right?
yeah.
Like we need to ride this train. The Nuggets, please shirt, right? Guys,
Get
stick
your
to
future
sports.
Western Conference Final champs Nuggets, please tease.
Yeah, Nuggets.
Please tease.
Nuggets just continue to defy the odds. You got Nuggets or Lakers in this
Nuggets.
series? Nuggets, please. Drew,
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. I'm gonna go Lakers, but my heart wants the Nuggets just because I want our shirt to stay relevant again. Miami.
You said you wanted who we think would actually win. Yeah, I mean Lakers probably.
Yeah, Lakers
But,
gonna win
but
this.
I'm all the way on Nuggets, baby.
That's fair. Miami up 1-0 over the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. What you got in that one?
Oh
Hockey
man,
Sun
that
Nuggets.
bold predictor from last round. Oh man, he really called this one. I think we said this. Like Celtics are wearing the hell out. Miami's gonna win this one.
Heat in 6.
Do you think the NBA wants Lakers versus Heat more or Lakers versus Celtics? Because you've got two
They
really
want
good
Lakers
storylines.
versus Celtics, and it's not even
Yeah,
close.
they can sell the hell out of that.
You
one.
can sell
No,
either
that's
one.
The traditional.
No,
that's
Yeah,
the
no, I know,
traditional.
I know that's
no,
the
traditional
traditional.
matchup.
I know it's traditional, but I feel like you could. I
That's
feel
all they
like they're
care about.
okay. They just don't want the Nuggets in. That's all they don't want the
Oh, they
Nuggets to do that.
100% don't want the Nuggets in. So if that one goes
Who's
6,
gonna
I'll
sell
be
the
shocked.
Nuggets? What's his name's fat
Joker.
ass from
You're gonna
back
get
in the day?
Jokic. Yeah, the Joker. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only one you can
Look,
sell.
look, sometimes even fat kids can grow up to do good things.
Guys, this was great sticking to sports. Thank you for sticking to sports with me
just
on
do what
this
we
one.
can.
Let's give a shout out to our friends at More Labs. Head on over to morelabs.com. Use the code SPORTS for 20% off your order. All you got to do is drink one bottle of Morning Recovery while you're partying or while you're doing shots of Hypno on a Wednesday night, and you are going to bounce back quickly the next morning, guaranteed. Just go to morelabs.com. Use the code SPORTS at checkout for 20% off your non-subscription purchase. All right, this week we were drinking. I had Juicy Bits from Weldwerks Brewing. Scott, what did you have this week? What were you drinking?
I had that dad jokes from BlackStack Brewing.
Dad jokes, and not a single dad joke from you all show long. I'm very disappointed. Drew, what were you drinking?
I had House Martell from StormBreaker Brewing in Portland, Oregon.
All right, and this week we were rating our beers on the Power 5 scale from the Pac-12 all the way up to the SEC. Scott, I'll go to you first. Where did dad jokes fall on the Power 5 scale?
It came in as a Big 10, and I said that it started off strong, but I was concerned that maybe it would stumble when it mattered most, and it did. It was a really good beer to start, and then as time went on, it just tasted like a generic IPA, which it's not a bad IPA, but it's not a championship contender. It falls flat when it matters most. So I mean, it's a solid enough beer, but nothing to write home about.
That's disappointing. Drew, where did House Martell fall for you?
Yeah, honestly, Scott, you summed it up well. I feel like I was in the same boat earlier when I was sober. Obviously, I said it was the AAC beers when I meant the ACC, but actually it was the AAC. Like, I don't know if it settled too much or whatever, but like it was way too thin and not that hoppy for a New England style IPA. Like, I was just disappointed. Like, I would love to watch it on a Thursday night or that awkward like Monday early evening kickoff and enjoy a game because there's no other college football on. But like, on a Saturday night on a marquee football day, I wouldn't step out of my way to watch this game or drink this beer. It could do a lot better. I expected more.
This dad jokes is when Big Ten tried to play Friday night football, and you're like, what the hell's going on here?
I'm trying to watch Indiana high school football right now, fool. Like, get out of here with that nonsense.
I had juicy bits. I started this one off at the Big 12 just because it's flashy, but it's going to crumble down the line. I would elevate this slightly. I'd bump this up to probably an ACC just because it's not... It's got a top level is really good, but most of it is whatever. It is what it is. So I would just put this at it's all right. If you like hazy IPAs, you're probably going to like this one, but it's also not one that I'm going to seek out later. Like, it's going to get dominated at some point unless it's just the perfect conditions for it to excel. So that has been the Beers of the Week, brought to you by More Labs. Again, morelabs.com. Use the code SPORTS and get 20% off your entire order.
Sell out.
Fellas, what a show tonight. Holy shit, fellas. That was a
I'm
show.
still laughing about
I mean,
Rob
it
and
went
that
pretty
catcher's mitt.
Oh, poor guy.
I was solid.
Somewhere he is sitting there going like, I just felt the disturbance.
That it
All right,
may have,
no, he's minding his own damn business, and he's gonna get a
and he just feels a chill come over it.
let's face it, it may be the funniest thing I've done on this show. Like, hands down, it might be the funniest thing I've put out there.
Really not that funny, so it's probably true.
That's a very good point. That's a fair point. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the comments that we got today. We appreciate all the shares. We thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you guys get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Craft Sports, Instagram at Craft Sports. Throw us a like on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know I haven't really done anything other than show clips and full shows, but
through a tunnel
other
to end the
platforms
show.
that we promote stuff on.
there
Instagram and stuff.
there are things. Everybody can still hear me, you dicks. You guys jump in just because the Zoom
What the
fails.
fuck, man?
The show still is broadcasting. So thank you guys for helping us out. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get it. We're working on some things in the background. There's some news coming hopefully soon. We're gonna figure some stuff out for the show and hopefully grow and continue to improve this show. So we will be back next week. Meet us here Wednesday, 8 p.m. wherever you want to catch the live show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Cheers, everybody.
Peace. We out.